Hey, good morning, guys. We're doing a quick morning commute to get some snacks. I'm headed to Chip City. I'm excited. Easily one of my favorite places. But yeah, let's go. I think just like before, I'm gonna do a ride there in second gear, maybe ride back in third. Actually, definitely ride back in third. A little uncomfortable with how quickly the battery drains and how quick it wants to slow you down when you go into third, so I try to save that for the last leg. Raining again today somewhat, but it's not a downpour, so we're on our scooter. I don't have to move the car. I'm not doing it. And besides, this is cheaper than gas anyway, right? Let's see.
Turn right onto Depot Road.
I think, oh, excuse me.
In about 1 mile, turn right onto 32nd Avenue.
I think all in all, this commute is about 4 miles, maybe 5 if I take the long way. I could technically take the railroad there and just go to Bell Boulevard that way, but that's boring. What's the point of having the scooter, right? It's only $5, but it's $5 I could be using for cookies, so I think we prioritize it right. Anyway, this hill here is pretty steep. It's a narrow street. I usually don't cruise control at this street. Another criticism I have of the scooter, and maybe that's just normal. Once you put it at the higher speeds, you know, because sometimes the speed will fluctuate because it's really giving you less of a cruise control and giving you more of like a steady power output. So kind of important to know these things. So at random, I don't want to say random, but if you're on a hillier, a hillier route, it'll fluctuate 3-4 miles an hour, but then the thing is like jerking you forward or back. It's not always safe.
At the light, turn left onto Utopia Parkway, then turn right onto Kashuran Avenue.
Yes, ma'am. Also, as far as scooter or biking directions, absolutely recommend either Apple Maps, Google Maps. I don't think Waze is updated for bikes yet.
Turn right onto Kashuran Avenue.
And sometimes the directions will make you laugh. But that's a good bonus. Oh.
At the light, turn right.
Of course it's starting to rain now. I forgot my my goggles. Just picked up some goggles off Amazon or eBay, one of the two. They're a little much for like summer riding, but I would totally use it in the winter. But because it's a little cooler today, I think I could get away. I could have gotten away with it, and I probably should have. That was the main reason I bought them, for days like this. And you got weather in your eyes. Sunglasses aren't great for riding in the rain. I think most experienced riders know this, because usually it'll lead to fog up more. Let's focus on the cookies. We almost there. So it's just somewhat of a new route for me. I usually don't come onto this avenue until later, but GPS thought it was better today. Whatever. Maybe it is. I do hope that the rain like calms down. And there we go. The almost every scooter's mortal enemy, loose gravel. This handles it pretty well. The bigger tires I think helps. So I'd imagine like pure off-road vehicles can probably handle it really well. Even though it's still not the best, I'm putting my sunglasses on first chance I get. Probably when I stop doing like the hard squint right now. I wish I should put a camera on myself so you can see me. All right. This, ladies and gentlemen, is how we drive defensively. Wait. See what people are gonna do, especially when they start slowing down their intersections. I generally don't trust that. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'll wait. So I'm gonna turn left. Probably wouldn't have gone this way, but here we are. This thing's trying to put me in danger. I think I might have to do the curb. Too many seams. It's not my favorite thing to deal with. Not a huge fan of riding on the sidewalk.
Turn left onto 200 King Street.
Not a huge fan of riding on the sidewalk, but sometimes it is necessary. All right, so here we are. We are getting there. The battery is still saying full.
At the stop sign, turn left onto 200 King Street.
I do think it's lying to me, but we'll see in a second. Probably by the time we pull up. And GoTrax has like a 4-bar system.
In half a mile, turn right onto 26th Avenue.
Which I'd say for the most part is inaccurate. So there we go, another gripe. Because it really depends, because I have definitely ridden this in second gear and the lower gear, you know, to get a little bit more range. Ew, poor squirrel. However, the battery will still go down the same. It's almost like depending on how long the battery stays hot, I guess. So there we go, we just lost a bar. Not a big deal. This is somewhat of a shorter commute, but it's longer than my commute to work. So I try to be conservative, and I might have to wait out this rain because I feel like it just got a little bit more aggressive. So keep it in second gear. 20 miles an hour down the hill here. Working with 3 bars of battery. So I think we're about a mile and a half in. The GPS said this is about a 2 mile, a little over 2 miles. Also, I have noticed one thing about...
At the next stop sign, turn right.
I don't know if it's just all scooters in general, but you do have to kind of just make sure you check your nuts, bolts,
turn right on 26th Avenue.
And brakes regularly. Especially this one, this doesn't have hydraulic, so it has disc brakes. What I found is that the I don't know if it's just the cable or if just the brakes wear down, but I do have to like tighten them ever so often, which is a little annoying, but it gives you a little bit more control. because every time I press on the brakes, I don't want to necessarily be thrown, you know, from the, you know, or feel like I'm gonna go over the handlebars. But and I hope you guys can still actually see this. The rain visibility for me is trash right now.
At the light, turn left onto Bell Boulevard, then turn left onto the path.
All right, we might have to make a home goods stop just cause.
Turn left into the parking lot, then arrive at your destination.
I think it's funny. People look. They'll look at you. They'll see you going faster than them. And they'll hesitate. And then they'll go. And then they look worried when they cross in front of you. Like, relax. I'm not planning to hit you, but make a decision. Get out of my way or do something with your life. I don't know what that indecision is about. Anyway, we made it. Trip City is here. All right, just so you can see, it's made it about 2 miles. I think it's a little over 2, and it's 3 bars of battery left. So I'm definitely good to go home. I could even make a stop before I do. But let's get in there. Let's get these cookies. Yeah.
Sorry.
I usually get that when I'm in motion. You know, like, yeah, when they see the lights and stuff, they just want to chase it.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good, man. Hi. How you doing? How you doing today? I'm all right. I was picking up a Too Good To Go, and I wanted to get some cookies from you too. Of course. Yeah, it's just one. Thank you. Gotta get the cookie. Or the pretzel, right? Yeah, could I have 2?
Sure.
And and actually the what's the one back there? All right, that one too, and
Do you have a phone number with us for rewards?
yes, ma'am.
So just click 0.
All right, we got it. All right, let's get going in a second.
Proceed to the route, then turn right.
All right, guys, we got our cookies. Let's keep it pushing. We. Generally boring ride, just like we like it, but as promised, we are riding back in 3rd gear. Worrying about me, fam.
Turn right, then turn right onto 26th Avenue.
Okay. I'm glad they sobered up in the last second and saw me. They're not paying attention. I know that's a fact.
At the stop sign.
All right, we out here. It's raining. It is what it is. Not usually my favorite condition to ride in, but it's not always going to be sunny. So just so you know, it can be safe. Just need to be a little bit more defensive and a little bit more cautious with who's around you. The tires can handle most things, but oil, just like with car tires, is not one of them. So you really need to be mindful, cautious, all of the things. And I'm still riding in third gear. You know, helps because it's good, you know, it doesn't go over 28, so who cares? I love that we get the right of way for not the turn signal, the you know, like when pedestrians can walk, we can go. I actually looked that up, which is great. There's a lot of the city lights are kind of timed like that, so they give you about a good 3 to 5 seconds depending on the intersection. I love that because it gives me enough time to get in front of people. You know, getting in front of people is definitely a premium when you're on something like this. And most of the time I'd much rather be up and ahead than worrying about who's gonna be pulling up on me, you know? Oh, here we go, third gear. We've already lost a bar of battery. I don't know if that's why I just got speed limited, but we're gonna try to push it again and see. So we're at 2 bars. Mind you, we're only about 3 miles in. I believe we started the trip.
In half a mile, take a slight left turn into Bayside.
At 246, the odometer is now reading 249. It's hitting speed, you know, going downhill, but that doesn't count. You know, how much work is the motor really doing, or the motor's really doing when you're going downhill? It's just pushing you, you know? So here we are. I did also learn that you know, when you're going at these faster speeds, you need to brake a little sooner than you would comfortably. Because stopping on a dime is not great for you. You know, it's great in a car, but it's not great, you know, from like getting tossed from the handlebar perspective. Now, I've never, I don't think I've ever gone over the handlebars without like the help of pothole. Like I've never gotten thrown from just hitting the brakes, but it's still possible, much more possible on a bike. But I still feel like even with the bike though, you have a little bit more protection because you're more centered. So oh yeah.
Go past the stop sign, then take a slight left turn into Bayside Lane.
Oh, yeah, I gotta get over anyway. Let me get behind this dude. Alright, 2 bars of battery.
Take a slight left turn.
Let's see if she can get up to speed. It's doing 22 right now.
At a quarter mile, turn left onto 161st.
Alright, you can see me, great. But it's going downhill. You're cheating. It got up to 28, but it didn't start doing it until we hit that hill. I think it's cheating, personally. So which means that I'm already getting limited.
Go past the stop sign, then turn left onto 161st.
Probably if I was on level ground, I could probably still do 28, but uphill, definitely getting limited.
Turn left.
Whee!
In half a mile, turn right onto 35th Avenue.
Oh, somebody's making pancakes. Smells delicious. All right, so we're going uphill and 20. It's only giving me 20. Normally on full battery, I can easily get 25, but it ain't doing that. So I'm gonna see, we're gonna test it right now again. This is a little bit of an incline, and I can't tell if it's just like the motors, you know, the motor's capping out at capacity. So I'm hearing the cruise control go on, but the cruise control still refuses uphill to go over 20 with 2 bars of battery, which isn't criminal. It's better than my commuter scooter. I remember that sucker refused to do any the hills because it was a single motor scooter.
Next stop sign, turn right.
So you'd expect so much from a single motor scooter. Yeah, now I'm doing 28. It's probably a little higher because I'm going downhill, but share the road.
Turn right onto 35th Avenue. Then turn left onto 158th.
Awesome. Okay. Because yeah, one thing I noticed, like, if I don't retighten the brakes,
then at the next one, turn left.
and I say yamming on these the brakes at the time. Kind of am.
At the light, turn left onto 158th.
A little bit of an incline. We got 21. Okay, I'll give you that one. We got 21, but that was not a steep incline at all. All right. One thing I need to look into for sure is getting
Quarter mile, turn left onto Sanford Avenue.
one of those, like the smart helmets. The ones that either know when you're turning, or you can make a gesture and it basically follows whatever your head or your hands are doing. Or even if I could get one that you can control it on your own. I just don't want 80 things on my arm. I don't want 80 things on my dash. Alright, almost home. So, as always, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Really appreciate you guys. Whee! But yeah, that's gonna do it for the video.
Light, turn left.
Thanks for tuning in with me. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, let's see. Still taking comments on what a really solid scooter.
At the light, turn left onto
Not really
6th
concerned
Avenue.
about price.
Then take the first right onto 158th.
More concerned about portability. So nothing over 70 pounds. You know, please don't make any recommendations for that. I cannot carry those upstairs. I'd love to pretend to be He-Man. I think I could do it once or twice a week, but I ride my scooter almost every day, and that's not
Turn right onto
practical.
159th Street. Then the destination is on Bayside.
Probably be jacked though. But either way, thanks guys. Have a good one. All right. Hey brother. Okay, I'd be remiss if I didn't put this. So it was about a 5-mile ride altogether, and still got 2 bars of battery, so I only got limited to about 20 miles an hour. If it hit one more bar, I think it would limit me to 15, but who knows. All right, later guys.